Tired of relationships that fizzle out after the honeymoon phase? Find out why and how to break the cycle. Are you a high-achieving woman catching eyes and sparkling interest left and right in the dating scene, only to hit the 2-month mark and watch it all start to crumble? Have you ever wondered why this keeps happening? He was so invested, and just when you start falling for him, he slowly creeps backwards emotionally and stops pursuing you. It's a pattern many see but few understand. The initial excitement, the growing connection, and then the sudden pullback. Why does this happen just when things start to get real? You know when you start falling in love. Stick around as we dive into the reasons behind this sudden shift and how you can turn things around. Before we move on, subscribe, like, and share this video. Let's be a part of creating a secure world together, one person at a time. Back to our conversation. You're ready to take it to the next level, but he tells you something like, let's see where it's going. And you patiently wait, not wanting to come across as needy or demanding. You stay and hope he will make up his mind after he too realizes that you two have something great together. After all, you had such a great connection when you two just met. But now he says that you were different, not so uptight back then. Of course you were not uptight, you were not emotionally attached, and he was putting in the effort you enjoyed. Now you find yourself emotionally involved with someone who is ambivalent, who allegedly loves you but wants to see where it's going. But hold on, there's more to this story. Let's unpack why this keeps happening. Unfortunately, these kinds of relationships fizzle out within 2 years, although you did everything in hope that he too would see the value in building life together, taking it to the next step. Why wouldn't he? You're beautiful, intelligent, loving, kind. Why wouldn't somebody, after getting to know you for 2 years, want to seal the deal with you? The truth is, it's not just about their avoidance, but also about recognizing our own patterns. Let's explore this together. Let's address what it is that you may be doing that perpetuates this kind of dynamic. Stay with me because these insights can change your approach to dating and save you from future heartbreaks. We are talking about meeting people who are super interested in you, who then cool off and stop putting in the effort in courting you after a couple of months. And then when you patiently wait for them for a couple of years, you realize that they're never going to love you in the ways you need them to love you. You're faced with heartbreak and having to take the time to grieve this relationship. Then when you start dating again, you're very apprehensive and naturally discouraged. What if things would be different? No more falling in love and hoping things will work out. In the Secure Love Creator program, we help women dating in the ways that eliminates this horrible trap. If you are a high-achieving modern woman over 30 and single, it's possible that you have some elements of insecure attachment. Even if you had a great childhood without much struggle, there is something specific about how modern women are raised. We are expected to be nice, to not ask for what we need, and to constantly compete with some imposed standards of beauty, behaviors, achievements. When this becomes your mode of operation in romantic relationships, it's not unusual that you may show some insecure attachment elements. Romantic relationships are the most triggering. In addition, the dating scene is brutal. If you are over 30, you will meet a lot of recycled floating men with avoidant attachment who enjoy the novelty of new relationships again and again. Serial monogamists keeping their options open, chasing dopamine. And there are some deeper reasons. We will talk about it, but let's stay with you for a little longer. So you find yourself in a situation when you're feeling like you need to prove yourself worthy and you give it so much power, you wind up over-functioning, trying to make it work. You spend so much time with your friends pondering about what this guy said or didn't say, how much he is invested in you, wondering if you should text him or not, trying to play it cool, keeping yourself busy in hope that he will step it up. Of course you do this. You're conditioned to think that you need to make it work, that things are based on how hard you work. Although you know this is not the right way to manage relationships, you just default to this survival strategy. And this is what works against you. instead of making it better, this causes your avoidant partner to feel even more afraid of committing. So even if you don't have an anxious attachment, you may show some symptoms when you meet these avoidant men out on the dating scene. You may need to tweak just a few things in your courting and dating strategy, in how you conceptualize dating, how you carry yourself. This is something that we help women in the Secure Love Creator program. I'll share some key strategies from the program that you can start using right now. We create customized dating, courting, and communication strategies so you don't have to spend months and years with people who are just players, serial monogamists, when you want forever love and you are ready to offer it too. So there are so many nuances to this, but one of the major mistakes is that you keep going along with this BS treatment. You don't communicate your needs openly, and you treat him like he is the only man in the universe. But what happens if you start communicating differently? Let's explore. I will tell you exactly how to change this, but for now, know that once you make a few tweaks, not only that you will make better choices in partners, but also even these wishy-washy men may quickly see you in a whole different light. Let's see what it is that they're afraid of. What is the reason they may leave you even though they like you? You're a beautiful person and beautiful woman, and you could be such a good match. The thing is that you may see all this and feel crazy about the fact that he doesn't see the same. You ask yourself, why is this happening? Why can't he see what I see? This potential for the relationship. Number one thing is that he may be feeling that you are over his head. In other words, you are too much for him. So how can you manage this without lowering your standards? Here is what you need to know. He doesn't feel he measures up to your standards and expectations and your level of what you want in a relationship and from a relationship. It could be even related to things beyond the relationship. It could be lifestyle, work, career. As a high achiever, you may have high standards and he just may feel that this would be too much work for him. One reason could be that he has a low self-esteem about himself in relation to you. He may feel you are somehow above him financially or in any other way. It's just too much for him. He doesn't feel he fits into your culture, your family, your friends, and so on. The other reason could be that he's simply not ready for the relationship like you are. He sees you are ready to go into it fully when he's not. Okay, let's break down what you can do to handle this effectively. Yes, you can do something about this situation and potentially help this guy step up, but that never involves convincing him. You don't need to convince anyone to be with you, to value you, to step up for you. You are the one who holds your own standards, communicates them, and allows him to make his choices. This empowerment starts with you. Let's see how you can do this practically. Doing this always involves you going back and grounding into yourself and figuring out what you want and how you want it. How do you want to be treated? How do you want to feel in a relationship? You need to figure this out. That's when you can communicate clearly. So communicating that his efforts aren't enough for you is what's necessary. There are so many ways in which you can do this, and it all depends on the courting stage you're in. Your communication will be different based on how long you have been together. So you're in luck because I have a resource that will help you with communication, and you can download it from down below. My captivating communication scripts will help you find your ways of communicating that you need him to step it up. Regardless of what his reason for withdrawing is, your communication will allow him to make his own choices and see you in a different light. Two things can happen. He will value you more because you don't take just whatever. He knows that there are other men who will step up. The other thing is that he may realize that he doesn't need to be burdened by taking care of you emotionally. You've got yourself. And this can allow some men to feel more at ease with you. Just to clarify, he never had to take care of you. It's just his past experiences causing him to feel like this. If you sense that he feels you're too much for him, it could be that you struggle and can't let go and relax. Sometimes men feel they can't be themselves in the company of a high-achieving woman. The reason can be that you struggle to relax and enjoy life in general, or you're just uptight because he's keeping you ambivalent. Men love when they can feel that they can make you happy, and when they can't, they give up. The second reason men may freak out is that you become too attached too quickly. That's when you most likely start overfunctioning, trying to make it work. Think about it. He really likes you and you two are having great times, and all of a sudden he senses your anxiousness when he is not yet certain about you. If he's less evolved and attuned to you, this may signal to him that you're not so valuable because you don't value yourself. You want to make it work with him, the guy that is not giving you security. He may also have a low self-esteem and he will see you as not so good catch because you like him. This can be a red flag for you, something worthy of exploring. There's a lot of pain. If he's more evolved, he will see and understand your anxious attachment. He may feel it's too much for him. There are a lot of men that are afraid of taking care of you emotionally because they have this limiting belief that you are the one who needs a lot of effort. In other words, he needs to be on call for your emotional outbursts. This is how he perceives it based on his past experiences. He might have had an anxious avoidant trap relationship before, or in his childhood he may have had situations in which he was treated like an adult. Perhaps there was no room for his emotions, and maybe there was a codependent parent relying emotionally on him. It could also be that there were problems in the family and his siblings were problematic while he was a good child, never needing attention. He was always expected to be on top of things. It can be very hard for this kind of man to allow himself to fall in love. He learns that he needs to endure all the burden, so how can he fall in love? So this kind of man may be triggered to feel that you will bring the same dynamic in his life, and partially he creates that kind of dynamic. This kind of man can trigger you to display emotional outbursts in anger. This is why it's essential to learn how to regulate your emotions, because you will be triggered in a romantic relationship unlike in any other situation. Ready to take control of your emotions? Here is how. It's essential to work on yourself and know how to distinguish what's what. What's you? What's your part in the conflict? What's his part? When you successfully process your feelings, you can call him on his shit. You can show him that he doesn't need to take care of you and express that your needs for closeness aren't crazy. At the same time, own your own shit. Apologize if needed. After that, allow him to be. Don't push him, just say what you have to say while respecting yourself and him too. This will allow him to reflect and realize that he can relax a bit with you. And here is a little confidence boost, because we all need it, especially when we date these kinds of men. Let me remind you one more time if I wasn't clear enough. You are not needy or clingy. You've been strong and independent all along. Let's reaffirm that strength in your dating life. You've been operating so well without this guy for decades before you met him. You just need to do some work to hold your own, to feel confident, to understand your values and what you bring to the table. You are bringing in beautiful love, faithfulness, dedication. Who doesn't want that? They want that. An avoidant man wants that, but he's scared of losing control of his life. So these are some of the major reasons men withdraw even when they like you. I also explained the most important things you can do to handle this. Let's remember, you will not tolerate BS behaviors because you deserve better. You will give him a chance by communicating your needs and boundaries. You will learn how to regulate your emotions so you can communicate effectively. Most importantly, you need to learn how to date and court to avoid this kind of situation and meet your goal. Imagine having the confidence to express your needs and knowing exactly how to communicate your boundaries without coming across as needy or clingy. Imagine attracting men who are not just interested but eager to commit and build a soulful connection with you. Ready to transform your dating experience and find lasting love? Book a call with me to see how our customized courting strategies can help you unlock secure, meaningful relationships. Let's figure out if working together is the right path for you. Click the link below to schedule your consultation call and take the first step towards the love you deserve. Subscribe to my channel if you want more useful tips on relationships. Ring the bell so you can get all my videos, and let's share this. Let's make this world a secure place for everybody.